In today's video, we're not going to admire this beautiful bike for too long, but boy, isn't this a good looking GS? Probably the best looking GS on the internet. Um, it looks so good. Okay, let's stop for a second. So we're going to zoom in here on the tank area. As you can see, I'm not using my gimbal today. I'm using my external microphones. There's no gimbal. But here is our tank area of the GS Adventure. The GS and really all adventure bikes are difficult to purchase tank bags for because all of them, you know, the KTMs, at least the KTM XX90 series and the GS series have this huge slope. Mostly to account for these extra large fuel tanks. The GS is probably the biggest slope of them all. So when you grab a standard tank bag, it kind of just sits. It just kind of goes boop, like that. It just pops right there. Look at the Motor Nomad. Look at most of the Wolfman bags, the SW Motec bags. They all just kind of hang out here. And, you know, that doesn't really work. And it requires basically a tank bag being designed exclusively for these bikes. Over the last 3 years, have owned like 6 different tank bags made for the GS. I've owned ones from BMW, from SW Motec, from Wolfman, and from Touratech. Well, Touratech is just branded Touratech. It's made by someone else. Let me go to the Touratech, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. So here's the Touratech bag. On the bottom is this soft, squishy material. I've got another video on this on my channel. You can look at for the installation video and such. I think this is a 20-liter expandable, and here's how it sits on the tank, on the GS tank. Boom, just like that. Fairly commanding. It's obviously up to, you can kind of see it's up to the, let's raise this up a little bit. So it's up to the in reach right here. When you're sitting on the bike, I'm not going to sit on the bike because I'm in a onesie, but it's big. It's definitely big. The problem I have with this tank, and I think this is really an issue with all tank bags, is that when we were riding in dusty and sandy environments, the sand gets trapped in here and it mars up this finish. Now, I know it's an adventure bike. It's going to get fucking dirty. I know that. But that was one of my biggest complaints. Second complaint, though, actually, this is the most important functional complaint, is the way it mounts up. So it has this piece that goes underneath the 2 wheels that hold the seat in. They Velcro, it goes up and it sticks to the tank. Then you got another one that comes around back here and then also sticks to this door right here. You can still open the door up, no problem. But the adhesive they send you is really shitty. I've only owned adhesive and it also failed after 2 or 3 weeks. The adhesive just doesn't really work very well. And not to mention, Touratech is charging too much money for that. I think this was a $400 tank bag. Plus, they had the balls to charge me $40 for the rainproof layer. And then finally, when I asked them if I can order a new mounting set, the 2 pieces that mount up after my crash that totaled the last bike, they wanted to charge me like $30 before shipping for those. So it was just, I didn't feel very happy with that relationship, and this is not waterproof. So every time, on our last trip, we took a 4,000-mile trip. Every time it rained, I'd stop and have to cover my tank bag up. It's fine, but it just got kind of old after a while. Now, I don't like big tank bags. This is the largest I could possibly deal with. Well, you know me. I went out and bought a bigger tank bag. Of course. And another expensive tank bag. As you guys know, you already see the title of the video. This is the Enduristan Sandstorm 4A. So you can see this actually goes up higher than the Touratech bag. It actually goes like an inch or so higher, and I believe this is the collapsed level. So the Touratech on top of it. The Touratech is certainly shorter, narrower. Oops, sorry. There you go. So those side by side, you can see the height difference. I guess we can do a tape measure and do this scientifically if we want to. So the Enduristan at the bottom is 10 inches. At the top, 7 3/4. Touratech at the top is 7. At the front, 9. So it's definitely larger. And it doesn't taper it either. It's basically you're getting the full gamut width-wise all the way around. And then on the Touratech, you can see how it's narrow at the front and back, and it gets wider towards the center. As far as the bottom goes, this has this nice cushy material. It's kind of sticky too. It actually kind of stuck to the tank. Especially when I crashed, it didn't come off the bag. The Enduristan, same thing. plush, sticky, not, but it's not glossy. It's a matte stickiness. It may actually degrade faster with sand underneath it, because the Touratech one, I see saying Touratech, it's made by Kahedo out of Germany. The Touratech one, you can see it's been marred here, but the glossiness is kind of held off some of that sand a little bit, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. The Enduristan may not last as long. As far as reflective bits, Touratech has reflective bits here and here, with a little area here to hold your stuff, which I always keep gloves in, for example, when we came to a stop. Enduristan, I see no reflective elements at all. The biggest difference, though, with the Enduristan Sandstorm 4A, God, this thing is huge. I actually hate how big it is that it's fully waterproof. That's one of the main reasons that I grabbed this over other tank bags, because it comes waterproof from the factory. Let's just go and get this thing installed. It actually utilizes rock straps. Can you see that or not? It utilizes rock straps to fasten these down. On the bottom, that probably doesn't scratch your tank. You know what? Every tank guy's gonna scratch your tank. I should just get over myself. Seriously, every tank bag is going to scratch your tank. This thing is massive. I am feeling more and more, because I hate tank bags off-road, I'm feeling more and more that, like, I need a dedicated touring tank bag, which is going to be this one. And then another tank bag, which is like uses the SW Motec locking thing, or maybe a Wolfman bag or something that is slim. Maybe the Moto Nomad is the bag for me. This just is massive. Let's get it installed, though. I'm going to fast forward this, and we'll hopefully get it installed pretty quickly. I do love the red interior. This is actually made in China. It comes with zip ties and buckles. Lots of zip ties. These are not Touratech zip ties, though, so they're not made for adventure. Here's our little inside fitment bag. Already, the build quality is much better than Touratech's for $100 cheaper. And it's waterproof, so $150 cheaper. You've got some pockets here, which open up to a mesh thing. You've got a little key ring that's detachable. And then inside, you've got a couple more like MOLLE sort of attachment points, and inside it's pretty much bare. It is zipper though, so you can Velcro at the top of the bag if you want to. You've got a couple of removable pockets. So we've got in here this, you see this? You've got in here this little batch here for your pen, your coins, pocket knife, whatever you want to. I usually keep keys and coins in this little pocket here. And then on the other side, we have this, which is actually Velcro removable, but it's got another change pocket there. So you can kind of do a separate thing if you want to separate maybe like an SLR or a video camera up here with that. Inside it feels nice. You got Velcro on the inside here as well. The bottom text is going to be in English, so you can pause if you want to. Because I was doing it wrong, by the way. To make it bigger, you have to have it strapped to the bike first and undo those straps. Oops. There's supposedly a separate shoulder strap. Cleaning it's pretty easy. And has a 5-year warranty. And various product information. So this strap here on the rear, we're going to be unhooking this and putting it around the triple tree of the bike, which in my case is pretty hard. So we're under these buckles. Now this lower portion, as you can see, this strap comes straight down here, about there where the battery cover is. They had mentioned basically to have the rock straps at about 30 to 50% strength or stretch, whatever you want to call it. So I think what I've decided is we're going to put it right there. I've actually ended up chain turning these around because they were going the wrong way. I'll show on the other side. Basically, it was the wrong direction. So we're gonna put this in here behind the battery, like that. Oh, wrong way. Underneath, there's a little crossbar right here in the frame. It's gonna go underneath that part though. And that's why we're gonna need this pick through right here. It has these really sticky pads right there. Then we can put that right there. So let's just get a little bit tighter. And we're going to cut this. I'm happy to link this little cutter, but really comes in handy with these zip ties. I love it. Someone on Adventure Rider recommended it to me. And it's just so nice because you go right there on the edge. We could bring that right there if we wanted to. So you'll see here how this is facing this way. I'm guessing they did that for a reason, but when this goes in here, it still latches. I just don't like how it latches. So I'm turning it around. There's probably a good reason for this. Because this way, I don't know. So basically I'm just doing this. And you get out. All right, so for this side, basically the same spot right underneath the cross member. Like that. And this goes right in. Should be strong enough to hold. For cutters. Oops, actually a little bit extra there. That's there. And once again, this can tuck behind the seat. Just like that. Let's step back and look at this big... Alright, so here it is, all spread out. You also have this included map pocket if you want to. You can put a phone in there. There's a nice little phone port in there. It sticks right on top. Something I actually personally don't use. This is removable, which is nice. You've got a belt loop in here. And basically this can be your passport, keys, whatever else extra shit that you carry along on your adventures. Got a nice mesh pocket inside. Also appears to be waterproof. I want to pop that out a little bit. This is something I'll probably keep off. It's not really my style. I think this is a fantastic touring bag. Those of you that ride off-road know that tank bags are really in the way. You know what? I don't know why we have extras of these, honestly. I'm gonna give you guys a show, and we're gonna do. I'm gonna show you guys why I don't like off-roading. Don't laugh though. This is just, you know, this is just stupid. But and then everyone's be like, oh my god, the shoes, the shoes. So when you're sitting on the bike, it's no problem, right? You've got everything you need. I'll probably end up moving. It's perfect. No problems at all. You can see your TFT, see your nav, access all your buttons. A little bit of a creep back there. But everything else is perfect. The issue happens when you're going off-road and you decide to stand on your pegs. It's fine, right? Standing straight up is no problem. But when you actually are moving, I won't move too much because I want a center stand. When you're moving back and you're moving forward, especially forward, you really can't, there's not much you can really do about this here. So that's really the only time where I feel like this gets in the way. But again, it really has to do with just style in general. If you're just touring on the bike and you're not ever getting up, this is perfect. You're not bringing your knees up here. As far as access, you got your tank bag right here or your map pocket. Open this up. Lift up right here. They said if you unhook both of these side Velcro straps, then you can lift up. And that's what causes the, there it is. There's your increase. So you can still lock that down. But now you've got that increased, jeez, this thing is massive. Now you can't see your TFT at all though. Now the gauge, all I can see is the time. I can't see anything else. So I'm probably going to be someone that keeps that down like that. I'm not really a kind of person that needs all the extra space and then close it back up. Be nice actually. Oh, it does have 2 zippers. So a zipper on each side, so you could close it, you know, half and half if you wanted to. It's a very firm bag. It appears to be sitting a little off. Yeah, it's off a little bit. I'll fix that. Yeah. A+. Looks good. It's huge. This is a touring bag. You'll never see this on my bike unless I have no luggage on the bike and I'm just basically going to and from work and I just want something to put my shit. Going grocery shopping afterwards, buying a whole week of groceries, perfect. But and touring for sure, but never off-roading. Okay, guys. Thanks for watching. I'm sorry about this, but it's cold. Rock on.